Hello there, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Knocks to Nuggets. My name is Oluwayomi Ute, and it's such a joy to come your way this very beautiful Monday morning. How was your weekend? I hope it was restful. Mine was. I really hope yours too was quite restful. It's a beautiful day and it's the last Monday in the month of October. And we are running up on the series, The Blessing called Nigeria. I've had two guests in this month looking at the blessing called Nigeria. I know it's so easy for us to zero in on the negatives of this country that we forget to see the positives. And that's why we have taken this whole month to talk about the blessing called Nigeria. And so, a big thank you to every single person that is joining me live. I do not take it for granted at all. Thank you so much for giving me a share of your time. Like I'll always say, please like the video, share it. Let's grow this community together. And let me also have your comments. If you are watching on any other platform, maybe it's the LinkedIn or the Facebook, please find time to still go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. And then click the notification button so that anytime I come on live, you will be notified. Thank you so much. And for everyone that will watch thereafter, I say thank you. Thank you very much. There are 1,001 things you will do with your time, but you chose to take it out with me, and I don't take it for granted at all. Thank you so much. God bless you. So, we are still talking about the blessing called Nigeria. I know from the two speakers we had this month, you will agree with me that truly there are a lot of blessings in this country. But you know something? For you to harness it, the first thing you need to do is to accept that Nigeria is a blessing. That is the starting point. If you don't agree that Nigeria is a blessing, then you cannot enjoy the blessing in this country. If you can't see it, you can't enjoy it. Are there ills all around? Yes. Are there negatives? Yes. Are there challenges? Oh, so many. But what are you focusing on? You can choose to focus on the negatives or you can choose to focus on the positives. The choice is totally yours. And like my guest last week said, every country has its own challenges. Those who are struggling with knives are struggling with knives. Those who are struggling with sporadic shooting are struggling with it. Those who are struggling with natural disasters, hurricane this, hurricane that, are struggling with it. Every country has its own challenge. What are you magnifying? If you magnify the troubles, trust me, you will see only the troubles. But there's a lot of blessings in this country called Nigeria. And what I say about Nigeria is applicable to every other nation, wherever it is you are watching me from. If you can see the blessing in that country, you will enjoy it. It applies to the family, it applies to the company, it applies to it's a principle. So it applies to every facet of life. What you see is what you get. So first and foremost, can you see the blessing in the nation called Nigeria? If you can see it, you will enjoy it because there are blessings in this country. Number two thing, if you can see the blessing in Nigeria, then you need to speak about it. Mm. You will eat the fruit of your lips, the Bible says. What are you saying about Nigeria? Now, you cannot see negative and say positive. It really doesn't happen. What you see is truly what you get. So if you see the negatives about Nigeria, you will speak the negatives about Nigeria. You will enjoy the negatives of Nigeria. But if you see the positives in Nigeria, you will enjoy the positives in Nigeria. What are you saying about Nigeria? Are you going to join the bandwagon, tell the negatives? Oh, it's negative, it's bad, inflation is killing everybody. Minus you. Is inflation real? It is real. Are the challenges real? Yes, they are. But what are you saying? What you say about this country matters a whole lot. Decide to say the right things about Nigeria. It's a choice. Just decide. So when you can see right, You will speak right. And when you speak right, you will enjoy the right things about Nigeria. And it's important we say this to ourselves. Trust me, no other person will say it about us. Nobody will say Nigeria is blessed if we are not saying it. I don't know if you have thought about it, that the negatives happening in this country is actually benefiting some people. Mhm. The wars going on is actually some people's advantage because some people must sell their ammunitions. They must sell the guns. They must sell all these negatives. Will you join them to say the negatives and enhance negativity in Nigeria? I'm sure you don't want to join them. So speak right about Nigeria. And the third thing, and I know the average person will laugh. So, but Yomi, we have been doing this. We need to keep praying for Nigeria. Yes, pray for Nigeria. I know we have been praying, but we can't stop praying about Nigeria. You know why? We are in this country. We are planted in this country. And you know, like I said earlier, whatever I'm saying about Nigeria says any country you are in. If you are planted in the UK, say the same thing. If you are planted in the US, say the same thing. In Australia, say the same thing. In Canada, the same thing. Wherever you are planted, pray for that nation. I know I love it when the Bible says pray. You know why it says you should pray? It said pray for those who are even in authority. Are they always right? Mm-mm. I can say that for free. They are not always right. Sometimes I feel like looking for the people in authority and actually squeezing their necks and tell them, why are you doing this? But you know what? In your own little corner, are you not making some mistakes too? In that little company that you manage, have you not made some mistakes? In that place where you work, have you not done some wrong things? So let's stop capitalizing on the negatives. Are there many? Yes, I know. I can sit down here and catalog them for you as well. But who does cataloging evil help? No one. If anything, you're just multiplying its effects. So what do you need to do? Pray for Nigeria. And you know what? If you are seeing right, you are speaking right, you are praying right, you will eat the good of the land. So you need to learn to pray for Nigeria. And you know, interestingly, I googled it and I tried to look for it. Nigeria has 44 different types of minerals in this country in commercial quantity. Think about it. We have 44 minus crude oil, 44 different types of minerals in commercial quantity across the 36 states of Nigeria in about 500 locations in commercial quantity. I know these minerals are actually grouped into five: the industrial materials, the barite, the kaolin, the gypsum, the feldspar, the limestone. The industrial materials that people are looking for. We have it in commercial quantity. We also have the energy minerals. What are the energy minerals? You have the coal, you have the bitumen, you have the lignite, you have the uranium. The energy minerals. I'm not talking about crude oil here. In commercial quantity that we could mine, that we could export, that could become money for Nigeria. The riches in Nigeria is what I'm showing you. Then you also have the metallic ore minerals in Nigeria. The gold, the cassiterite, the columbite, the iron ore, the lead zinc, and the copper in commercial quantities. Then we have the construction minerals, the granite, the gravel, the laterite, and sand. Then we have the precious stones, the sapphire, the tourmaline, the emerald, the topaz, the amethyst, the garnet. We have them in commercial quantities. Can you stop to think about that and just thank God for Nigeria? You don't know what to pray for. Thank God for these minerals in Nigeria. Like one of our guests said, that there's so much to harness when we talk about the minerals in this country, the solid minerals. So much to harness. When I saw it that we have 44 different types across 500 locations through the 36 states of this country, I'm like, and we are complaining. We have no right to complain. And don't join them to complain. Rather pray for this country. And what else do you need to do? Find your own niche. Which area are you called into in this country? It could be the educational sector, it could be the minerals, it could be banking. Which sector of Nigeria are you being called into? Can you carve a niche for yourself there and be the happening person in that space, contributing your own quota to the growth of this country? Do you even know that even those who are leaving the country in the Japa syndrome is actually an advantage? You can find the good even in that space. People are Japa, people are leaving, but you know that they are leaving is creating vacancies that other people can fill. Are you asking yourself, which vacancy can I fill? Are you grooming yourself? Are you training yourself? Are you honing your skills? That when they want to fill those vacancies, you'll be ready, you'll be available to fill it. Are you just sitting down, joining the thousands to murmur and to complain? While you are complaining, people are making their first millions, their first billions, their first trillions. There's blessing in this country called Nigeria. It's what you see, that's what you get. Decide that you will see only the good things. And that brings me to the next things. What are you forwarding? Mhm. All those skits. There are more skits about the negatives in Nigeria than you can imagine. And every time you forward one, you are saying amen to it. Every time you forward one, you are saying yes to it. Every time you forward one negative skit, you are aligning with it. If all of us on this call we decide not to spread one more negative thing about Nigeria, we would have contributed our quota to the growth of this country. It's so easy to make all these negative skits. Oh, make this negative skits about the president, about those in government, about those in the house. I mean, everybody. But guess what? When you finish abusing them, what next? The time you used to post that skit, can you do one positive thing for Nigeria? You don't know what to do in 1 minute. Pray for Nigeria. Just say, God bless Nigeria. Oh, God bless the sector I am in. I mean to ask yourself, how do I contribute my quota to the sector I am in? Oh, you're in the health sector. What can you do? While some people are complaining and murmuring, others are actually creating things that will work in their sector. Some people are bringing new innovations into their sector. Which divide do you fall into? Those who are complaining, murmuring, and maligning the nation, also are looking for creative things to do to add value to the country. It's your choice. There's blessing in this country called Nigeria. And you can choose to be a good ambassador of Nigeria. Yes, you can choose to be that good ambassador of Nigeria. That wherever you go, people are saying, yes, if this is a Nigerian, I want to be a Nigerian. There's practically no country you go into that you not see a Nigerian there. There's practically no country you go to that you not hear something about a Nigerian. They're going to hear about you in that foreign country. Will it be a positive news or a negative news? Are you a good ambassador of Nigeria wherever you are? Are you a bad ambassador? See, the truth is this: there's so much to harness in this country called Nigeria. There are so many blessings to enjoy in this country called Nigeria, but it depends on you. What people are saying it's not working, some people are working it and making it. But some people are crying, some people are working it and making it. Imagine 44 different types of minerals in this country. Some names I've not even heard before. I'm not ashamed to say it. Some of the names, when I Googled that, I'm like, what's feldspar? I don't know. But it's in commercial quantity. That means it's something somebody somewhere is looking for. That's why it's in commercial quantity. That means there's somebody somewhere that needs it, that wants it, that would pay for it. But we are sleeping over it. We are making fun of them. We are laughing at them. We're not even thinking of anything good about this country. Ladies and gentlemen, there's so much good in Nigeria. In all of this 44, I didn't talk about crude oil at all. All this 44, I didn't even talk about the human resources in this country at all. And trust me, there are fantastic people in this country that are bringing solutions to their world. And you can choose to be one of them. How? Number one, find your space. Number two, hone your skills. If you need to go back to school, go back to school. If you need to find a coach, get a coach. If you need to get a mentor, get one. Hone your skills. Bring out the best in that skill that God has given to you. Then number three, deploy it. Find the area where it's useful and deploy it there. And be one of the people that's adding value to Nigeria. Will people leave country? Yes, some people will still japa tomorrow. Absolutely. While some people are going, some are coming in. Have you found out? Have you ever wondered why no plane comes into Nigeria empty? Sometime back, somebody very dear to me went into the interior of the southeastern part of Nigeria. And when they were going, they went with Mopol, they went with security because they were afraid of what they would meet. But they got there, and guess what? There were Chinese there in that remote part of the southeastern part of this country without any form of protection. They had no police, they had nothing. They were feeling at home doing business in that deep interior where we are afraid to go. They are there doing business. There are opportunities in this country, several opportunities. Stop looking at the negatives. Stop and ask yourself, what opportunities are there in this country that I can harness? If every one of us is thinking that way and we are harnessing the good in the land, naturally the GDP of this country will go up. Naturally, because all of us form the whole. And when it goes up, Nigeria is still the place that people will say, wow, that country is working. It's working when you are working and I am working. When all of us are working, then Nigeria is working. Let's stop standing aloof and saying they. There are no theys. It's all of us. When you are pointing at those in government, someday you will get there. And you're actually government in your own little corner. Yes, you are government in that corner. What are you doing? What are you making of that space? So you're saying the government. Is the government right? I'm not saying that. Are they correct? I'm not saying that. Are they fantastic? I'm not saying that. But have you thought about something? The word corruption is not a Yoruba, Igbo, Ibibio, Hausa word. It's English. That means in those other countries, they also have bad government. They also have corruption. They also have all of these things we are complaining about. But while we are highlighting our own, they are subduing their own and promoting the good in their country and making us feel that that's the place everybody should be. They are not talking about their own bad behaviors. They're not talking about the negatives in their country. They are promoting the good. They are showing it to us. They are hyping it and making us feel that's the best place to be. While we are suppressing our own good, we are overlooking it. We are condemning ourselves even to the world. I've come to challenge us in this last episode in the month of October. Nigeria is a blessing. You be a blessing to Nigeria. Decide that you will be a blessing to Nigeria by playing your part. And as you grow, as the Lord will open doors for you, please help somebody. And you that they are trying to help, please don't stab anyone at the back. Don't. The older people ahead of us are ladders for us to climb on to see further. But when you destroy the ladder, what will you climb? That's why we don't destroy those who have gone ahead of us. We don't hype their errors. We don't promote their wrongs. We showcase their positives. We talk about the good things they have done because they are the ladders for us to climb. And we are the ladders for the next generation to climb. All of us must decide to be the strong ladder that the next generation can climb on and see further. We all have a part to play. It's not about the government, it's not about the governed, it's everybody. It's not about the public sector, it's not about the private sector, it's everybody. It's all of us coming together to build one strong, formidable nation. Nigeria is 64 this year. What will contribute by the time Nigeria is 65? What value will you have added? Start today by saying the right things about Nigeria, by seeing the right things about Nigeria, by praying for Nigeria, by contributing your own quarter, being a good ambassador of this nation, by ensuring that not one bad news goes from your phone to the world. Let's start it with ourselves. Let's preach it for ourselves. Let's do it for ourselves. And let's see the world begin to see the good in Nigeria. There are so many opportunities in this country. Let's harness them. Let's drive forward. Nigeria is still that land flowing with milk and honey. Yes, there's milk and honey in Nigeria. But if all you see is thorns and thistles, that's what you will eat. If all you see is flood and disasters, that's all you will enjoy. But if you stop to look for the milk and the honey, you will find them. And guess what? When you find them, you will enjoy it. Nigeria is a blessing. Nigeria is blessed because you are a part of Nigeria. As we round off this month, decide to be a blessing to Nigeria as well. And until I come your way next week, Monday. Monday is becoming a bit tight, but we'll keep seeing how it goes. We'll keep trying to get it in and fill it in. Really, is there any right time? Really not. 24 hours at times looks like 2 hours. There's so much to fill into every space. But decide in this week, you'll be a blessing to Nigeria. You will speak right over Nigeria. You will bless this Nigeria. You will pray for this Nigeria. You will contribute your own quota to Nigeria. That Nigeria will be a better nation because of you. Until I come your way next week, Monday, another edition of Nuts to Nuggets. Remember, if you can think it, you can be it, and yes, you can have it. Thank you again to every single person that has joined me on this call. I do not take it for granted. And for those that watch thereafter, thank you so much. And never forget it. Together we win. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the week. Bye for now.